Hey guys, what's up? It's CS back here with another installment, and here are my picks for UFC Fight Night, Maia versus Shields. This is a wicked free card coming up next week on Wednesday, so I suggest you do tune into it. Of course, we have a jiu-jitsu matchup in the main event between Demian Maia and Jake Shields. I'm really excited for that. You got American Jiu-Jitsu and one of the best on-paper jiu-jitsu people ever in Demian Maia going at it, so it's going to be sick. Co-main event, Erick Silva versus Kim Donghyun. That is kind of interesting, I guess. Also interested in Rousimar Palhares versus Mike Pierce. So yeah, this main card is going to be sick. Really can't wait for it. For my preliminary card picks, so check them out in the description below. I'll list my main card picks there as well, along with all my confidences as well. So yeah, if you want to, just check right there. And if you guys want my betting picks, please ask me. But without further ado, let's start off with the main event, Jake Shields versus Demian Maia in welterweight. Alright folks, now this isn't even close in my opinion. Gotta go with Demian Maia all day, every day in this one. Jake Shields, he's a good wrestler as far as technique. You know, he doesn't exactly have a lot of power and explosiveness in his takedowns, but, you know, he is persistent for them. If he doesn't get you down with a double leg attempt, he'll probably wind up on his knees with his arms clasped around you still and probably drive you into the cage if you're not already there and maybe get you down for a takedown if you falter just a little bit. So he is persistent with his wrestling, but his jiu-jitsu, as far as after you're on your back, you know, he is pretty good there. Top control-wise, he's probably not going to get swept. He's probably going to stay in your guard for the duration of that round. That's Jake Shields MMA. He calls it American Jiu-Jitsu. It is effective. It's probably not going to be effective against a guy like Demian Maia, number one, because he's not going to get Demian Maia down. Demian Maia, if he is persistent with his own takedowns, which he has been showing as of late, should be the first to shoot in or clinch up aggressively. And then from there, he should be able to take down Jake Shields. Jake Shields' takedown defense himself isn't great. And off his back, jiu-jitsu-wise, he has some sweeps, but he's not going to have anything for Demian Maia, if you ask me. So look for Demian Maia to out-jiu-jitsu Jake Shields from the top. If Demian Maia somehow winds up on his back due to being swept somehow or being taken down, you know, Demian Maia, I have a lot more faith in his sweeping ability, or to maybe even snap off an armbar or a triangle. I think Demian Maia is a little bit more craftier as far as on his back or defensively in general. Now, all these things is going to culminate to a Demian Maia W if he sticks to a jiu-jitsu game plan. What Demian Maia doesn't want to do is go out there and try to outstrike Jake Shields. You know what? It might be an okay game plan thinking about it right now because of the fact that Jake Shields doesn't have anything for anyone striking-wise himself. But that would leave Demian Maia susceptible to sprawling and brawling, where, you know, Jake Shields is going to be able to get some American Jiu-Jitsu takedowns off, and that might sway it in his favor for the judges. So that might be a bad look for Demian Maia if he looks to knock out or outstrike Jake Shields. So if I'm Demian Maia, just try to be the better Jake Shields. You know, get this boy on his back. Try to submit him with something, arm triangle, I don't know, whatever he wants. Try to get his back. But if not, ride out Jake Shields for a unanimous decision. Shouldn't be that hard for Demian Maia. I got him, I would say, by at least 29-28 unanimous decision. Wouldn't be surprised if Demian Maia submitted him somehow or even knocked him out in the crucifix position after elbows or some shit. So look for Demian Maia to do his thing. Again, 29-28 unanimous decision at least for me. Anyway, let's move on to that welterweight matchup, another one between Erick Silva and Kim Donghyun. Of course, this is in the co-main event. Gotta go with Erick Silva here. Erick Silva is a lot more dynamic of a striker, and I think he's going to be more aggressive, which should lead to him winning. Kim Donghyun likes to get into a groove of either outstriking you slowly or out-grappling you slowly or out-clinching you slowly. You know, he wants to slow down the fight. His fights against, like, Nate Diaz, you know, he wants to just slow it down. If he can finish you, he can finish you. If not, you know, he's going to win a decision. Erick Silva fights really up-tempo. You know, if he's striking with you, he's going to use leg kicks. He's going to use powerful combinations, probably put you on your butt, and maybe finish you with more strikes, if not a submission. You know, if he's grappling with you, you know, he has pretty good sweeps. He can get on top, probably finish you with strikes, if not get your back for, you know, a rear naked choke or something like that. Highly aggressive fighter. I think he maybe gasses towards the latter part of this fight if it goes to the judges. And in that case, he would still win the decision. If not, I think he finishes Kim Donghyun early. Kim's a very good fighter as far as technique is concerned, but I just don't like his mindset as far as just, you know, seems like he is just trying to get to the judges. And I think that Erick Silva is going to make him fight up-tempo, and it's more of Erick Silva's realm in that case. So I'm going to go with Erick Silva to win here. I'm going to say he wins via TKO late in the first round. Guys, I just don't think Erick Silva wants to lose to another grappler in Brazil again like he did to John Fitch. So again, just look for Erick Silva to just fight aggressively. Moving on, light heavyweight matchup between Thiago Silva and Matt Hamill. Matt Hamill, what does he bring to the table? Of course, he's like a Division III wrestler, pretty good takedowns, pretty good ground and pound. Striking-wise, as far as on the feet, he does have power in both hands, but he is wild, and he probably will gas if he is just looking to throw hands. Thiago Silva, a bit better of a boxer, actually a lot better of a boxer, at least technique-wise. If he feels like outstriking Matt Hamill for the most part, he should win. I think he has a reach advantage, and I think he'll know how to use it. He's just mechanically and knowingly a better boxer. If he feels like taking down Matt Hamill, maybe that's possible too. He is a big guy. Well-rounded for Matt Hamill. I think Matt Hamill has a lot to worry about as far as the feet is concerned. Thiago Silva, I think, is going to look to please the Brazilian crowd, and with just him being more aggressive on the trigger, puncher, and better puncher, I'm going to say he wins, puts Matt Hamill down with a straight something, and then finishes him off with more strikes. That's just what I see happening. Maybe it looks ugly towards a decision, but Thiago Silva, I think he will fight aggressively here and win via TKO or KO. Matt Hamill is a soldier, though, so shout-outs to him. And speaking of soldiers, more of them in the light heavyweight division between Joey Beltran and Fabio Maldonado. Fabio Maldonado, what does he bring to the table? Of course, his volume punching is nuts. He will walk forward, body shots like crazy, up to your head as well. He's punching you in the head 1 second, and then he's throwing body shots, and you're like, what is hitting me? And it hurts. He doesn't exactly have the shock value of a Dan Henderson as far as a one-punch knockout, but he will wear you down with those nasty body shots and to the head and stuff. Knows how to pace himself as far as throwing those kind of shots, but he is susceptible to damage, and that's why he can gas towards the later part of the rounds, which is highly possible if Joey Beltran's able to absorb that volume and come on later in this fight if he is still standing. I think that's going to be the case. So, of course, Joey Beltran, pretty good striker himself as far as output. He's going to hit hard, and he's going to take a lot of punishment, but he's still going to throw, and he's still going to hit you. However, Fabio Maldonado, I don't think Joey Beltran's faced a guy like this as far as the amount of punches he's going to throw. I think Joey Beltran's not going to know what hit him, especially with me questioning his durability at light heavyweight. I think him coming down is just not going to be a good look, because he's going to cut this weight, feel like a light heavyweight, and then get hit like by Fabio Maldonado, who hits kind of like a heavyweight as far as what I would imagine a heavyweight volume puncher would throw like. So I got to go with Fabio Maldonado here. I think he wears him down to the point where it's a TKO or KO sometime early in the second round. So, yeah, Joey Beltran's getting knocked out. Fabio Maldonado for the win. And speaking of moving down in weight, Toquinho, Rousimar Palhares versus Mike Pierce. Of course, Palhares used to fight at middleweight. Things weren't going his way there. I remember the one fight with Allan Belcher. He kind of broke mentally when Belcher wasn't succumbing to those leg lock attempts. So that was kind of sad. As far as someone like Mike Pierce, he's never been submitted himself. If Palhares is going to crumble after not getting leg lock off early, Mike Pierce is going to knock this boy out. Mike Pierce isn't exactly seen as a finisher, but he does have heavy hands, and he can punch you while you're just chilling, on your back. So that could very well be the case if Mike Pierce can escape out of these submission attempts. But the fight does start standing, so can Mike Pierce beat Rousimar Palhares on the feet? The answer is yes. He doesn't have the best striking defense. He doesn't exactly have a reach. He's going to be smaller on paper than Mike Pierce as far as height and reach-wise here. Maybe Mike Pierce might be able to play the distance game and turn it into an ugly grappler versus grappler striking match, and maybe knock him out eventually, if not decision him via boxing. Or maybe Rousimar Palhares is going to surprise me here with his striking and is able to flatten out Mike Pierce or something like that. Chances are, I think Palhares is going to try to pull guard a couple times or get takedowns off, and then try to get that submission if he's able to get these takedowns. But I just don't think Mike Pierce wants to have anything to do with this guy on the mat. And I think Mike Pierce is going to be able to make this guy to succumb to his stand-up game. And Pierce is either going to win via unanimous decision or KO. I think Brazilians are going to be disappointed heavily here in Palhares' welterweight debut in the UFC. So I got to go with Mike Pierce, again, via KO or decision, just avoiding the grappling game with Rousimar Palhares. And let's see if Palhares tests positive for like banned diuretics or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. But let's move on to the last fight we'll break down on the main card. Of course, the fight kicking us off between TJ Dillashaw and Raphael Assunção. Tough fight to pick because Dillashaw has come a long way since his Ultimate Fighter days, and that wasn't too long ago. You know, his wrestling, you know, has always been top-notch for the bantamweight division. Striking has improved. He's more aggressive as a fighter nowadays. Of course, he has an alpha male guillotine as well. Transition game, not Uriah Faber-like, but, you know, it is pretty good. And Faber was able to tool Raphael Assunção when they fought, and maybe TJ Dillashaw can learn some of that from Faber. It rubs off on him, and Assunção is going to be victimized again because of it. But Assunção has looked like a monster at bantamweight. I think that his striking is on paper better than Dillashaw. I think he can put some hands on Dillashaw for the most part if it does stay standing. If it does become a jiu-jitsu match, I think we're going to see a lot of nasty transitions and stuff, and I think Assunção is on paper a better grappler as well. I got to go with Raphael Assunção to just be a bit better everywhere. It's going to be a good fight. Look for TJ Dillashaw to have a good showing, but I got Assunção by decision, if not like a sub-finish. Should be a sick fight though. You know, it's a good way to kick off the main card here. That about does it for my picks for UFC Fight Night, Maia versus Shields. Hopefully you guys enjoyed what I had to say. Give me a thumbs up because you think Demian Maia is going to win, and a thumbs down if you think Jake Shields is somehow going to win. Anyway, again, description contains all my picks and confidences. Tell me in the comments below, you know, what you thought of all of this right here, and if you are going to tune into this card. Again, I am very excited for this free card, so I'm most definitely going to watch this on Wednesday night next week. You should too. Again, this is CascadeSoldier. Thank you for all the support. Deuces for all my supporters, bruises for all my haters, and take care. Peace.